I'll guide you through on how to record a micro within a Microsoft Excel. And we shall go step by step, and I promise you by the end of this video you'll be able to know how to record a micro within Excel. And if you find this video useful, consider subscription or leave a like. Otherwise, let's get started. Now, first, before we go ahead, you may ask yourself why micros within Excel. Now, first thing, micros, they save time. Now, imagine receiving that data each and every day, and you have to perform same task within it every day. Maybe you get tired of it. So, in other way, you need to know how to do or to perform a micro so that it saves time for you. Second thing, it reduces human errors. Now, imagine cracking those formulas within your head, and you have to perform each and every day formulas within your data, maybe cleaning, maybe calculating some calculations. Maybe you forget them, you do errors. So within so you need what we call a micro so that you can reduce what we call human errors. Thirdly, micros help us to automate repetitive tasks. Now, getting thousands of rows of data, you have to analyze it, but before you analyze it, you have to clean it. You have to remove extra spaces, you have to change the data format, you have to perform many tasks. So, in doing so, you have to use micros so that you can save time. It can help you to do that repetitive work within your data. So, without further ado, let's dive into Excel. We see step by step from recording a micro and how to perform it. So here we are into our Microsoft Excel, and I have some examples here as you can see them. Now I have my three tables within me. Okay, now imagine I want to, let's start off making this. I want to make my headers, maybe to change the font color, to make them bold, to increase the font size, to perform something so that my data looks neat and perfect. So with doing so, I'll not go ahead and perform on this one. Also, I come on this one, I do the same task, and this one I do the same thing. Now within here, I'll just use what we call a micro. I record a micro in the first place so that when I come to the next one and the third one, I just click run and my data automatically runs smoothly. How to do that? Now, first thing you need to know, if you want to start recording a micro, when you see your entire sheet at the far bottom, there is this small box over here. And when you click on it, when you click on that, it will start recording a micro. So otherwise, when you don't see it there, you can come up on your ribbon menu. There is what we call the developer tab. And within here, you can click on record a micro, as you can see here. Or otherwise, you can come on the view tab if you don't have the developer tab within you. You can come on the view tab. At the far end, there is what we call micros. You click that, then you click on record a micro. Then your micro will be automatically recording and you start performing your task as you want them to do. So we shall start performing our task here. So I'll just come to the view tab again here, then I click on micros, then I select record a micro, and this box will pop up and it will ask me to name or to put a micro name. So within here, I'll just select a format as a name because I want to format my headers. Okay, and within here, another option, you can either choose to write a shortcut, maybe Ctrl Shift L M N, whichever letter you want. So, but as me, I'll just leave it as it is. And within here, it will ask you where to store your micro. It has many options. There is personal micro workbook. I have new workbook or within this workbook. Okay. Within here, I'll just leave it at this workbook because I want the micro to be performed within this workbook. So I will just leave it as it is. And down here, we have what we call description. Maybe you can write some comments or something you like, okay? But as of me, I'll just leave it as it is. Then after writing my micro name, I will just click OK. And my micro has started recording. If you want to check, you can go back to the view tab over here. You click down, you see it says stop recording. It means it's already recording, it's already running. So I'll just come back to my entire sheet. Then I click on my first cell. Okay. Then I just drag it all the way down. Then I start performing whichever task I want to do. So I'll just put this in bold color. Okay. And I change this to this color. I also change this to white. Okay. Then I center them. I make sure they're in center and they're on the line. When I check this, then I come back here. I increase the font size like that. When I come back, it looks perfect, right? So I just leave it as it is. Then I just click my box there to stop recording, right? So just click and stop recording. When I press my Alt F8, the shortcut to get your micro, and down here I can see my micro is already there. And when I click run button, it's working. When I do it again, Alt F8 to open it, I choose my micro, then I click run, it will automatically run. Now I want to perform the same format I did here onto these headers. So I just highlight here, I press Alt F8, I click my micro, okay, as it is, then I select run. But you've seen it does not perform anything. All my headers didn't change anything. What to do? You just click your Alt F8, you click your micro, you click on edit button, it will automatically bring you up to the VBA editor. So within here, this is our code which the micro recorded. So within here, you have to select the range which says the range A1 to D1 select. So I'll have to highlight this, then I delete this, okay, so that my micro can perform inside other cells also, okay. So I'll just click the small button here which says run. I just run it like that, then I close this. Then as you can see, it performed only one cell, but I want it to be all. So I just click on my first cell, I highlight it all, then I press Alt F8, I select my format micro, then I click run. As you can see, it has performed the same format I performed there. So I want it to be also here. I just highlight my headers, click Alt F8, hold on, highlight my headers like this, then Alt F8, I select my micro, then I click run. As you can see, if I want to highlight whichever cell I want, I can click anywhere here. I click Alt F8 like that, I select my micro, then I click run. Automatically it will put my format, it will format my cells as I formatted them in the first place. So that is one example why micros are most important. They help us to repeat the same tasks we've been doing, right? Now let's see another example. I have another example. Imagine I have my simple data set here. I receive it today. I'll receive it tomorrow also. The same formatting, same columns, same rows, and I have to perform different or the same task each and every day. And I have it again here. Maybe I'll receive it day after tomorrow also. Same day, every day I receive this data. And I have to format my date. I have to reduce, I have to remove spaces here. I have to format this. I have to do this. All of them each and every day. And I will not come every day formatting each and everything. Rather, I'll just click, I'll just format. In the first place, I format it nicely. I put some borders, I format my dates, the digits, the whatever. I remove spaces, I reduce everything so that it's perfect. That when I click here and I press Alt F8 and I choose my micro which I recorded earlier, then I click run, it will automatically give me in nice format, and therefore I can share my report to my boss or to my colleagues. How to do this? We shall go ahead and do it step by step, right? Let me first copy this and I bring this back as it was, like that. So I'll press Alt F8 to delete this micro I recorded earlier. I just click delete, then I do like that. So we shall perform some formatting within our data, the first data, so that if we copy the same data or if we get the same data and we paste it here, it automatically runs as we wish. Okay, so we shall click on our first cell and I come to the developer tab. I'll click start recording a micro. I'll start recording a micro and I'll name this clean data. You can put whichever name you want to put over there. Easy for you. You can create a shortcut key. You make sure you leave this as it is. This workbook, you can write your description as you like it, but for me of now I'll just leave it as it is. Then I click OK. Then I'll come to my first cell like this. I click it. Then I'll make sure I use only the Alt, the Control Shift arrow key beside. Then I come to my ribbon menu. I make sure I format this. I put some colors. I put that. I change this also to white and I increase some headers. I make sure it is in the middle. And when I come back here, it's looking perfect. Let me just increase the font size like that. As you can see, it's now looking perfect, right? Then I will just click on my date column, Alt Shift arrow key down, then I press Ctrl 1 to bring out this. Then I format this in date. I choose whichever format I want. Maybe I want this one. I select it. I click OK. Then I'll come to my quantity column. I click there. Ctrl Shift arrow key down. Okay. I click there. I make sure these are in the middle. I come to the price column. Ctrl Shift arrow key down. I make this sure these are in the middle and I put the currency there. I reduce the small places. As you can see, now I've left with my salesperson column, product, and the customer. I have to remove some extra spaces there. So in doing this, I'll perform it there. I'll start off with my equal sign here. Then I write proper function. I'll double click that. Then within that, I'll write same time the trim function like that. Then I click on my first cell like that. I'll close this with my bracket 2 times. I hit enter. And when I come here, I double click here. It has given me a nice format. I'll just copy this, Ctrl C. I come to my sales person column. Then I click Ctrl Shift down key, come to my home tab. I paste this as values. As you can see, it has now changed the formatting. Okay, I'm left with my product column. I'll just come here. I highlight this. I change this to this cell, right? I click OK. Come here. I double click here. As you can see, I press Ctrl Copy. I come over here, Home tab, and I paste this as values. As you can see, now the next is customers. I just double click here. I remove the proper function. I leave with the trim one. Then I change this to cell F2. Then I click OK. I double click over here. Okay. Then I press Ctrl C to copy this. I came here, Ctrl down key. I come to the home tab and I paste this as values, as you can see. Now I can go ahead and delete this. I don't need it anymore. Okay. So after doing so, I'll just click on my first cell, as you can see. Then I come back to my developer tab and I click stop recording. Okay. And when I press Alt F8, my micro is already there. And when I click run my micro, as you can see, it's working nicely. So imagine now I've edited this data like that, and day after tomorrow I'll receive the same data like this. Then I have to copy this from anywhere, maybe let's say from the website, and I paste it to my edit area like that, and I have to perform the same tasks within it. So I'll just click on my first cell, I press Alt F8, and I choose my micro like that, and I click run micro. As you can see, now my data looks neat and clean. Therefore, I can share it with my colleagues or to my boss. Let's say even day before, after yesterday, the the next day I also received this data. I just copy this from the website, maybe I get it from there. I paste it to my editor area. Then I click on my first cell. I press Alt F8 to pull up my micro. I select my micro, then I click run a micro, as you can see. So basically that's how you record a micro, and those are some of the example we have when you're performing micro. Okay, hope you learned something new today. Hope to see you next time. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and let's meet in the comment section. Ask me where you didn't understand well, how barely repeat same task so that you get or you pick something. Otherwise, thank you. See you next time.